So today again we are to continue with the topic of sets. This is the topic which we have started in the previous class, and we have discussed what is the meaning of a set, and some basic results have been discussed in the class. Now, under the heading of sets, we have one principle, that is the principle of duality of sets. You just need to remember this principle. And under the heading principle of duality of sets, the dual E star of an equation E involving sets is the equation obtained by interchanging union and intersection, and also u and phi in the equation. So what does it mean? You just need to interchange union with intersection, intersection with union, and vice versa also. And your universal set will be, this is for capital U, will be interchanged to phi. Phi is the null set, or phi will be changed to capital U. Just see. Write down the dual of universal set intersection A and union B intersection A is equal to A. So you just need to write down the dual of this. So in writing down the dual of this equation in set theory, you just replace universal set with phi, intersection will be replaced with union, and your union will be replaced with intersection, and B intersection will be replaced with union. So that is equal to A. So this equation, you can name it as 1 and name it as 2. We can say that 2 is the dual of equation 1, or 1 is the dual of equation 2, because both equations are of vice versa each other. Similar way, we can find out the dual of A intersection universal intersection phi union A complement is equal to phi. And its a dual will be, the required dual is A, intersection will be changed to universal union, and universal will be changed to phi, intersection will be changed to union, and phi will be changed to universal, union will be changed to intersection, and A complement should be equal to universal. So equation number 2 is the dual of equation number 1. So this is the basic meaning of a duality. Further, we have the definition, that is the cardinality of a set. So what is the meaning of cardinality? The total number of unique elements in the set A is said to be the cardinality of the set A. So the cardinality of the countably infinite set is countably infinite. The cardinality is generally denoted by NA, or modulus of A, or cardinality means CARD of A. So these are the ways by which we can write down the cardinality. Let P is a set having element A, B, C, and D. So it has 4 elements. Then we can say that cardinality of P is 4. One more thing. Suppose we have a set of non-negative integers. Non-negative mean positive even integers even. Positive even integers are 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, and so on. Now just see, A set is countably infinite set. So if a set is countably infinite sets, then the cardinality of A is also be countably infinite. So we can say that the cardinality of the set A is also be countably infinite. So this is the way by which we can find out the cardinality. Suppose we have set in a roster form, that is x such that x square is 9 and 2x is equal to 8, and the name of the set is B. You know that x square equal to 9 mean x equal to plus minus 3, and 2x is equal to 8 mean x is equal to 4. Now in the set B, we have two equations, and the solution of these two equations are x equal to plus minus 3 and x equal to 4, but both are not possible. Why so? This solution is not possible for the first equation, and this solution is not possible for the second equation. So in this case, we can say that the cardinality of the set A, sorry, we have taken the set B here. So the cardinality of the set B is said to be 0. So this is the meaning, or this is the way by which we can find out the cardinality. One more thing. Uh, okay. Suppose we have a word baseball. Baseball is a word, and we can write down a set that is a C, that is X, such that X is a letter in the word baseball. So in the number of letters in the word baseball are B, A, S, E, and L. Remember, repetition of letters is not allowed, or not allowed in set theory. So there are 5 letters in the word. So cardinality of C is 5. So this is the definition of cardinality. Suppose we have Yes. Suppose we have a set A with the 3 letters A, B, C, and they are saying that find the relations, find the relations on the set A. Find the relations on the set A. So the number of relations on A, you will calculate the number of relations by a certain formula. Relations calculate करने के लिए ये फॉर्मूला है, that is 2 raised to power n square, and what is n? The number of elements in the set. So 2 raised to power 3 raised to power 2, and that is 2 raised to power 9, and 2 raised to power 9 is 512. So 512 is the cardinality of the set. कार्डिनलिटी ऑफ द सेट ए नहीं है ये, कार्डिनलिटी ऑफ ए तो 3 है, but the cardinality of the number of relations is 512. So this is the meaning of cardinality. Now next we have Cartesian product of two sets. Cartesian product of sets. So suppose we have two sets A and B, then we can find out the Cartesian product of A and B, and this will be the collection of the set of ordered pairs x, y, such that x belonging to the first set and first element belong to the first set. Second element should belongs to the second set. So this is the Cartesian product of sets. Similarly, if we want to find out the Cartesian product of 3 sets, so that will be x, y, z triplets, and x belonging to first set, y belonging to second set, and z belonging to the third set C. So this is the way by which we can find out the Cartesian product. Now, suppose we have an example. Suppose we have elements of the set A, that is 1, 2, and B has elements A, B. Then we can find out the Cartesian product of A, B. That will be the ordered pairs 1A, 1B, that is 2A and 2B. These are the number of elements in the set of Cartesian products. Now, related to the Cartesian products, we have a result here. You must know how to verify the result. That is A cross B intersection P cross Q should be equal to A intersection P cross B intersection Q. Cross mean the Cartesian product. And you know that क्रॉस प्रोडक्ट में हमारे पास द सेट ऑफ ऑर्डर्ड पेयर्स होते हैं. सो फॉर प्रूविंग दिस, लेट वी शैल टेक एन एलिमेंट in this set. We want to prove two sets equal. Now this set is equal to this set, so this set will be equal to this if this set is subset of this and this set is subset of this. So for this, for proving the subset, we shall have to take an element in the left hand side set. So this belongs to A cross B intersection P cross Q. और इसमें एलिमेंट लेकर के हम इसमें प्रूव कर देंगे और ऐसे ही इसमें एलिमेंट लेकर इसमें प्रूव कर देंगे. So you just see, therefore x y ordered pair belongs to A cross B and x y ordered pair belongs to P cross Q. दोनों में आ गया क्योंकि इंटरसेक्शन में है ना. So from this, using the definition of Cartesian product, so x belongs to A and y belongs to B and x belongs to P and y belongs to Q. So from this you can write down x belonging to A, and now x belonging to P can be written here. So x belonging to P and y belonging to B and y belonging to Q. Now just see, x is in A and x is in P. So x is in A intersection P and y is in B and y is in Q. So y belonging to B intersection Q. क्योंकि अगर B में भी है Q में भी है तो intersection में होना चाहिए. Now if x is in A intersection P and y is in B intersection Q, so xy ordered pair should be in A intersection P cross B intersection Q. So अब देखिए xy ordered pair comes in this set. Now similarly right hand side set में element लेकर के left hand में prove कर लेंगे. Conversely, let we shall have an element xy is in A intersection P and cross B intersection Q, and from this x belonging to A intersection P and y belonging to B B intersection Q. So from here x belonging to A and x belonging to P, this can be separated. So x belonging to A and x belonging to P, and similarly y belonging to B and y belongs to Q. Now we can take x belonging to A and y belongs to B. This y belongs to B. can be taken here, and similarly x belonging to P and y belongs to Q can be taken here. So x in A, y in B. Then the ordered pair xy belongs to A cross B, and the ordered pair xy belongs to P cross Q. Now this ordered pair belonging to this set and the same ordered pair set element xy belonging to this set also. So it means xy ordered pair belonging to A cross B intersection P cross Q. So वो दोनों में आ जाता है. अब यहाँ से हम लोग we can write on that this is subset of this. A intersection P cross B intersection Q is a subset of A cross B intersection P cross Q. Name it as number 2. Number 1 will here. Here you have been able to compute. यहाँ पर आप लिखिए A cross B intersection P cross Q is a subset of this. A intersection P cross B intersection Q. Name it as number 1. Now combining number 1 and number 2, we shall have number 1 and number 2 gives both sets equal. So A cross B intersection P cross Q is equal to A intersection P cross B intersection Q. Now both the sets are equal. ऐसे ही हमारे पास और भी काफी सारे रिजल्ट आएंगे जिनको हम लोग जो है इजीली प्रूव कर सकते हैं. We have one more result, and that is A cross B intersection C should be equal to A cross B intersection A cross C. Now this result can also be proved in the similar manner. So I leave it as a home task for you. Similar kind of results are possible, and this result is for intersection. You will have a result for union also. So that is A cross B and union A cross C. So we can prove the results one by one. So let us prove this third one. For proving this, both sets will be equal if this is subset of this and this set is subset of this set. So I will prove let xy or ordered pair belongs to A cross B union C. तो लेफ्ट हैंड सेट में हम लोग ये ऑर्डर्ड पेयर ले लेते हैं और इसको हम लोग राइट हैंड साइड में प्रूव करके सबसेट प्रूव कर देंगे. So this gives that x belongs to A and y belongs to B union C. So this implies x belongs to A and your y belongs to B or y belongs to C. Now this x belonging to A and y belonging to B or x belonging to A and y belonging to C. Now x belongs to A, y belongs to B mean your xy belongs to A cross B or your x
मैं बस
belonging
एक और बस दिखाएंगे आपको, बस एक.
x belongs to A, y belongs to C mean x, y belongs to A cross C. Now xy belonging to A cross B, xy belonging to A cross C. So the same element belonging to these two sets. So this will give you xy belongs to A cross B union A cross C. So xy has been taken in this left hand side set and has been proved in this right hand side set. So it gives that A cross B union C is a subset of A cross B union A cross C. Name it as equation number 1. Similarly, we can take an element in the converse part. Let xy belonging to the right hand side set, that is A cross B union A cross C. So it means xy belonging to A cross B or xy ordered pair belongs to A cross C. So it gives that x belonging to A and y belongs to B, or x belongs to A and y belongs to C. Now this gives that x belonging to A and y belongs to B or y belongs to C. So this will give you x belonging to A and y belongs to B. Now y belongs to B or y belongs to C can be written as y belongs to B union C. So it will give us that x belongs to A cross xy ordered pair, because x is lying in A set, y is lying in this set B union C. So xy ordered pair will lie in the cross product of these two sets. So from this we can conclude that A cross B union A cross C is a subset of A cross B union C. Name it as equation number 2. And by combining equation number 1 and equation number 2, that will gives us A cross B union C is equal to A cross B union A cross C. So this is the result we have. So by this method, we can prove any of the cross product results. Either it is with the union of the sets or it is with the intersection of the sets. Now we all know the meaning of a set builder or set tabular form. And a set builder form or the tabular form can easily be written. You must know how to write down the set builder or a tabular form. I can give you the example of writing down set builder form. And for this, we have a set in the tabular form. You have to write down the builder form from the tabular form. This is the tabular form 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Now the set A has been written in tabular form, and you just need to write down its set builder form. So the set A in the set builder form is all of these are even integers which are divisible by 2. So it can be written as x such that x is a positive even integer divisible by 2, and one more property is there, all the integers, positive even integers, are less than 15. This is the condition on all these integers. So this is the set builder form, and this is your tabular form. So अगर हमारे पास tabular form given है तो set builder लिखना आना चाहिए, और अगर set builder given है तो tabular लिखना आपको आना चाहिए. Now we have true or false statements. We just need to clarify how the statement is true and how the statement is false. Now we have a question. The question is the set A is there which include singleton A, and that is B, C, D, E, and C, D. This set include further sets. Now, the first statement is A belongs to A, means to say that A belongs to this set A. And the second statement is singleton A belongs to A. Now, this statement is true because singleton A is a set, and this A is an element. Now, this A is not in A. So, this statement is a false statement, but this statement is a true statement because this set is lying in this set. So, this is the meaning of a true or false. You must be able to find out the true or false. Now, the question is describe a situation where the universal set may be empty. This is very interesting question. Describe a situation where the universal set may be empty. Now, suppose let U is the set of a town councillor in a given city. U is the set of a town councillor in a city. किसी भी सिटी में टाउन काउंसलर है. It is possible that in a given year, ये पॉसिबल है कि किसी एक साल में टाउन काउंसलर किसी एक साल में किसी एक सिटी में ना हो या ना अपॉइंट हो. सो दिस इज अ सिचुएशन. If there is no town councillor in a year in the city, then we can say that your universal set is 5. So this is a situation under which your universal set can be empty. Now, one more question. What is the difference between A subset of B and A subset of B? Now, both defines a subset, but there is the difference between the set and inclusion. This is the symbol, this is the first symbol, and this is another symbol where underline is there. So, this statement means A is a subset of B. We must understand the difference. It means that every element of A also belongs to B. This is, remember, every element of A also belongs to B, and this also includes A equal to B. Means to say that this situation also possible. Suppose we have 1, 2, 3, and we have B that is also 1, 2, 3. So in that case, we can easily write down that A is a subset of B. We can write down. So it means जो elements हैं वो दोनों sets के same भी हो सकते हैं. This is the situation. But symbol this symbol is not used for this kind of situation. This means that A is a proper subset of B. ये इसका meaning है. Means to say that every element of A is belonging to B, no doubt about that. But there is at least one element of B which is not in A. So this is the meaning of a proper subset. Now we have a difference of two sets also. Probably this has already been discussed, but I am repeating. A minus B means the element X such that X belonging to B A, X is in A, but X is not in B. This is the meaning of difference of two sets. Mean the sets of elements which are in A but not in B. This is the meaning of A minus B. Now related to this we have a result that is prove that A minus B is a proper subset of B complement. This is the question here. So it is a proper subset of this. Means let an element x belonging to A minus B. x हम एलिमेंट लेंगे लेफ्ट हैंड साइड में और उसको प्रूव कर देंगे कि दैट एलिमेंट इज आल्सो लाइंग इन बी कॉम्प्लीमेंट. So if x is in A minus B, then x is in A and x is not in B. This is the meaning of difference of two sets. So it means x is in A, and if x is not in B, then it should be in B complement. It is very much clear. So it gives that x is in A, x is in B complement. So x is in A intersection B complement. Okay. So we know that A intersection B is a subset of A. This is already studied. We have studied. So A intersection B is also a subset of B. By using this phenomena, this has been discussed in the previous lecture, that intersection of two sets is a proper subset of any of the sets. So from this, we can write down A intersection B complement is as A intersection B complement is a subset of B complement. So we can write down because this is a complement, this is a subset of this set. So अगर X इस set में है और ये set B complement का subset है, so X belonging to B complement. Therefore, any element in the set A minus B must belongs to B complement. So we can write down that A minus B is a subset of B complement. This is the result we have. Now one more result which we have to prove. Prove that A union B is phi implies A is phi and comma B is phi. अब ये तो एक क्लियर सी बात है कि दो सेट्स का यूनियन है वो एम्प्टी दे रहा है, तो इट इज वेरी मच क्लियर दैट बोथ सेट्स शुड बी एम्प्टी, बट वी विल प्रूव इट. सो ये गिवन है और ये दिस इज वी नीड टू प्रूव. सो लेट ए यूनियन बी इज फाई एंड वी नो दैट फाई is a subset of every set. We know phi is a subset of every set. So अगर phi हर एक का subset होता है तो phi is a subset of A, phi is a subset of B. Since A is a subset of A union B, we also know about it. A is always a subset of A union B, and B is always a subset of A union B. Hence, and this is A union B, and therefore A is a subset of a phi. Also, You see, A is a subset of A union B, and A union B is 5, and B is a subset of A union B, that is also 5. So A is a subset of 5, and similarly B is a subset of 5. And you just see phi is a subset of A and phi is a subset of B, and A is a subset of phi प्रूव कर दिया और B is a subset of phi. दोनों को मिलाकर के we can write down A is equal to phi and B is equal to phi. Now the result is clear now. Now we have partition sets or partition of sets. So partition of sets and Venn diagrams. Venn diagrams. As the name suggests, partition of sets. So let S be a non-empty set. Non-empty set. A partition P of this set S is a finite collection, and the finite collection is AIs. The J is equal to 1 of N of non-empty subsets. You can simply write down इसको आप सिंपल वर्ड्स में और भी लिख सकते हैं. A partition P of S is a finite collection of non-empty subsets. Finite collection of AIs. ये जरूर लिख लीजिए. Finite collection of AIs of non-empty subsets of the set S. इसके जितने भी subsets होंगे उनकी finite collection जो भी होएगी उसको हम लोग partition बोलेंगे, और साथ में condition होएगी such that partition की ये conditions हैं that AI intersection AJ should be phi I not equal to J, and number 2 point is union of all the partition sets I from 1 to n should be equal to the complete non-empty set S. So this is the meaning of a partition of a set S. Partition of a set S is actually disjoint, is a subdivision of a S, subdivision of this set S into non-empty sets. So the subsets in the partition are called cells. We can give you the example. Suppose we have this set S. Now you just see this is a set S. Suppose this is partitioned into A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, A6, A7, A8, A9, A10, A11, and A12. Suppose I have partitioned the set S into the finite non-empty subsets from A1 to A12. Remember, and all the AIs are disjoint. So all these sets clearly satisfy the first property, and all the subsets these subsets will be the complete set S. So with the help of a Venn diagram, you can easily understand this thing. You can also take the small example. by taking S is equal to 1, 2, 3, and you can find out the power set of S. Means to say that all the subsets, that is 5, singleton 1, singleton 2, singleton 1, 2, sorry, 1, 2, and 2, 3, 1, 3, and last one is 1, 2, 3. So we have find out all the subsets of the set S और उसका पावर सेट बन गया और उनको नेमिंग कर सकते हैं A1, A2, A3 से लेकर के हमारे पास बनते हैं A7. So 1, 2, 2, 3, 1, 3 and 3. This is singleton 3 also. So जो पावर सेट है उसमें हमारे पास 8 एलिमेंट होने चाहिए. So cardinality of a power set is 8. तो इनको नेमिंग अगर हम कर देंगे दैट फर्स्ट वन इज A1, सेकंड वन इज A2, A3, A4 एंड लास्ट वन इज A8, then that will clearly satisfy these two conditions. Intersection of all these sets will be empty because all are disjoint sets and the union of all the sets is equal to complete set S. So this is a partition. Now we have a small question. The question is determine whether or not each of the following is a partition of the set N of positive integers. They are saying that check करके बताइए कि जो given है वो partition है या नहीं. The first one is you just see n such that n is greater than 5 and साथ में है n such that n is less than 5 और दोनों को मिला करके हमारे पास ये बन गया. So this is one subset, this is other subset, and n is the set of positive integers. And now you just see n is greater than 5. इसका मतलब है इसमें आगे आके 5 से ऊपर वाले नंबर, 5 से ऊपर वाले हो गए 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 एंड लेस देन 5 में लेस देन 5 में 4, 3, 2 नीचे की तरफ आ गए. But 5 is not included. But 5 includes in the set of n, that is a positive set of a positive integer. 5 is a positive integer. 5 is not included in this set, but 5 is a member of n. It means union of these two, union of these sets will not be equal to the set of a positive integer. क्यों? Because in the set of positive integer we have element 5, but 5 इस set में union में नहीं होएगा. So this is not a partition. So ऐसे हमारे पास और भी क्वेश्चंस आ सकते हैं. So we stop here. We shall continue in the next class tomorrow. Thank you very much.